Now, what does this map show? What you see are 6 airports in Haiti. Mainstream media made it look like there was only one airport in Haiti, and everyone had to get in line at that one airport. Now you see Jacmel Airport at the, not at the far bottom, but near the bottom. Jacmel is 28 miles from Port-au-Prince. Now let's say you land at Jacmel and drive a convoy at, say, 14 miles per hour. That gets you to Port-au-Prince in 2 hours. And it also gets help to the outer lying areas from another point of entry. Now, planes were kept from landing for days or diverted to the Dominican Republic, making the ride to Haiti take up to an additional 2 days. Right? Since many who brought in aid had no vehicles and had to bum rides. Granted, all the airports are about 1/3 the size of Toussaint Louverture Airport, but that ain't going to stop a military from landing anything. But the military from the United States did land at the other airports. U.S. diverts spy drone from Afghanistan to Haiti. They did a little reconnaissance exercise. Global Hawk flying over Haiti. This is the original source for the previous article. And how many presidential palace pictures do they need? But the second paragraph here says, we're looking at the airports. This is January 15th, 2010. We're looking at the airports. All of the airports in Haiti for the ability to put aircraft down. And we're looking at the port facilities and bridges in an effort to assess their fitness. This was to secure, quote unquote, the airports to cordon off Haiti at all points of entry so as to prevent real aid from going through smoothly. All right? This article asks, why is the U.S. military occupying 4 airports in Haiti? The second to last paragraph says, around 11,000 U.S. military personnel are currently controlling the operations both on the ground and offshore aboard U.S. Navy and Coast Guard vessels, and another 4,000 U.S. troops are expected to arrive in the coming days. The Americans' controlling of the aid operation has raised tension with some countries. Bolivia and Venezuela have criticized its heavy presence, and France earlier expressed annoyance after aid planes were delayed from landing. That's because those drones and other intelligence apparatus show the airports were good enough to land at, and that the roads were drivable. Not what we're used to here, but the conditions wouldn't stop vehicles, especially military vehicles, from using them. Right? This is January 23rd, Washington Post. Haiti's bad roads not damaged by Quake, Army engineers say. They created the chaos. And thus begins the slow torture of Haiti. And let's hear testimony to this.
According to Doctors Without Borders, 5 planes carrying a total of 85 tons of medical and relief supplies have been blocked from landing. Since Sunday, 1 plane carrying 12 tons of drugs, surgical supplies, and 2 dialysis machines was turned away 3 times, despite what the organization says were assurances that it was cleared to land. Another humanitarian organization, Partners in Health, which is coordinating 7 aid agencies in the capital, estimates that 20,000 Haitians who could be saved by surgery are dying every day.
20,000 a day. 20,000. That means that in only 10 days, just take 10 days, the death from U.S. proxy-controlled medical negligence would have exceeded the immediate casualties following the quake estimated at the time. This is alternative media. So how did mainstream media cover reports like this up? Dehydration threatens Haitians. It says on the side there, the National Director of Charity SOS Children's Villages, Selgny Darius, suggested that a high-profile case in which U.S. missionaries attempted to take 33 children from Haiti diverted valuable media spotlight off the massive relief effort and had raised serious questions about child adoption in disaster situations. You think? Add to that the quakes in Chile, particularly, which was used to blame Haiti for their predicament, as well as Turkey and, more recently, China. That's what was most revealing and more than anything showed that this was mass murder. And the mainstream media, while having the world look away from the killing, used one word that confessed to this genocide. Their inside joke. One word used over and over, constantly and repeatedly. Bottleneck. That's all we heard was the alleged problem. Bottleneck. 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 Aid can't get through. Aid backed up. Now, I could be wrong, but from what I remember, whenever there was a backup of some kind and things were unable to move along, especially when it came to transportation, the term I heard used, at least in everyday talk, was gridlock. Now comes along bottleneck, used exclusively, but the media wasn't talking about physics, as they would want you to believe, that one or more points clogged up and there's a building up of things that can't get through. What your media were talking about was biology, because what they implemented was the bottleneck effect. What is the bottleneck effect in biology? Second paragraph. Here is a description of the bottleneck effect, also called a population or genetic bottleneck. The bottleneck effect happens when the size of a population or even an entire species is suddenly reduced, with lasting effects on at least one generation. A population bottleneck may occur after an epidemic, drought, fire, hunting, or other destructive events. Which is why no one on the ground saw aid given out proportional to what came in. All right? Outside Port-au-Prince, Haitians say they've been forgotten. U.S. military nowhere to be found in Port-au-Prince. Right? And why the U.S. was nowhere in Haiti but the airports and seaports keeping up the blockade of aid. And those who attempted to escape the bottleneck got thrown back in. It says 80 Haitians picked up at sea. This one is 88 Haitians picked up at sea about a week later. So what did the media do? Blame us for detention. Blaming us for violence that didn't exist. And this picture got the looting label. And it looks to me like they're just passing boxes. No one's running away. And where's the store if it's looting? Of course, to the white media, it's looting. To us, it's surviving. And it seems in Chile, they lost their composure a lot quicker, with a lot less lost than in Haiti. Now, you remember the media scam for the Katrina genocide. The false stories of black shooting at helicopters. Right? They're still running this play. But even their own media on the ground and the military state that violence was minimal. Bottom paragraph. Lieutenant General P.K. Keene, Deputy Commander of the U.S. Southern Command, reports that there is less violence in Haiti now than there was before the earthquake hit. Dr. Evan Lyon of Partners in Health, a medical aid group famous for its heroic efforts in Haiti, referred to misinformation and rumors and racism concerning security issues. Quoting, We've been circulating throughout the city until 2 and 3 in the morning every night, evacuating patients, moving materials. There's no UN guards, and there's no U.S. military presence. There's no Haitian police presence. And there's also no violence. There's no insecurity.